pinky ring. Lot of gang, lot of bitches in the icy chain. While you claim that you rich, that's a false claim. I be straight to the whip, no baggage claim. Whole lot of styles, can't even pronounce the name. You ain't got no style.
Hey you guys, welcome back to Taylor XO, or welcome to Taylor XO if you're a new subscriber. So y'all, let's get into this comment of the day video. I told y'all I'm bringing them every day, especially if I see some good comments up in the comments that pertain to what is currently going on in these YouTube streets in the mommy sector. So y'all, let's get into this comment of the day by Latrice2892. Now, Latrice has been a long-time subscriber on here, and she does get into these comments. Definitely, speaks what's on her mind. So let's get into this comment, y'all, and then we will get into what's going on with Liv. I do have a few clips to show y'all also, so we will be getting into a little bit today, but I didn't really mean to make these videos that long, but I just feel like now that I'm doing them, there is some stuff to talk about. So why not just talk about everything in these comment of the day videos? Why, we don't have to just keep it to just the comments. So Latrice said, "Oh Lord, here we go back to talking about living his life, not thinking about you, Jerrod." So I guess she realized the news about Zolo being the pappy didn't land as well as she thought it didn't land as well as she thought. It didn't bring in those views. So here we go to what she knows will get the people's attention, talking about Jerrod. Shake my head. She would never give Jerrod his flowers simply due to the fact that he has custody of the kids. If Jerrod can't build Christian into a man and he's actually present every day in his life, then what the F is Zolo bringing to the table? He's not present in AJ's life. He's missed out on 2 years already, and honestly, I don't see him making any moves to be in it now. I don't care how many kids she has. This chick will never let Jerrod go emotionally. So, y'all, let's get into this clip of Liv speaking on Jerrod. And I just could not believe that this girl had the nerve to speak like this on a father who is dedicated to his kids every single day, has been dedicated since, he's separated with Liv. He took the proper, precautions in order to get back his kids, good lawyers, private investigators. Jerrod did all the steps to keep his kids in his life and do what he's doing now for them. So the fact that Liv has just this deep hatred for Jerrod, she will not let go. Like, she doesn't have two other baby dads that don't do anything for their kids. Like, sis, this would work if this was your only baby daddy. But sis, you have now two other kids by two different men, and your main focus is speaking on Jerrod every single day and speaking on how horrible of a father he is and saying that you should have never had kids by him. Choose the people that you have kids with wisely. Sis, there's women out here that would die to have a Jerrod for their kids. A father like Jerrod for their kids. One that would spend birthdays with them and Christmases with them and, every practice and cheerleading practice and making sure they're doing good in school and taking them on trips. And, I mean, what more can you ask for from Jerrod? I don't know what this woman is seeking from him so bad, which we obviously know it's a relationship, sex. Liv is so upset and mad that she cannot have Jerrod anymore and that Nisha is the one. Nisha is Mrs., the new Mrs. Webb. She is so mad about it and she just is beside herself and she just can't help but to talk crap about this man every single day. And yet, AJ has a father, now Zolo, that she did come out and admit and say that, Zolo is the father of AJ. Sis, where we have not seen Zolo around once, not a diaper bought, not blankets, wipes, clothes. We don't ever hear of Zolo doing anything for AJ. We never hear her getting help for AJ, but we always hear of Kaylani's dad, bringing or paying a bill, as she says, Joey. I mean, we hear those things, but we never hear what Zolo's doing. And she did claim that Zolo gives AJ his last, which I think that's strictly what it is. I think, Zolo cash apps her here and there, and that's what their agreement is, and that's all it'll ever be. I don't think that Zolo will ever come out to see AJ. I don't think there will ever be like a relationship where he sees him on a daily basis. I mean, he has a daughter that he doesn't even see. He gets pictures from her, and, I'm sure he sends money, but he doesn't see her. We never see pictures with his daughter. So does she really think that Zolo is going to come through and be, the father that AJ needs to be a man? Like she so-called claims that Christian has no father figure and nobody that's teaching him how to be a man. Well, sis, what does AJ have? Because if Christian doesn't have a father, I can only imagine what AJ has. And the fact that you think that you can teach these boys to be men when you clearly, got pregnant by these men, obviously, and it was a potential having a son that, obviously a son needs his father. Like, sis, are we just ignoring the fact that Jerrod has been there since day one for his son? And are we just ignoring the fact that, you want to completely erase Jerrod out of the picture so you can be the primary one to gain all the credit for what type man Christian becomes? Because sis, that's not working. Your guilt should not have to be Jerrod's problem. Because at the end of the day, he's doing what he should do as a parent, and you need to do the same. And instead of trying to guilt trip everybody and put the blame on Jerrod so you can come out looking like the good parent when you know what you don't do anything, you don't do as much, nowhere near as much as he does. This is what comes of it. She makes up anything and says anything to make Jerrod look like the bad one. And of course, it's something to talk about, content. But let's get into these few clips, y'all. I am going to talk in between them because y'all know we can't run them straight through. But let's get into this clip, y'all.
And he started, doing all that. And I said, Christian, you're not a girl. Don't act like a little girl, okay? And I'm not trying to say that to be, anything other than real with him. I said, that's what your sisters do, okay? If I tell your sisters to do something that they don't want to do, they throw up their arms, they exaggerate, they throw a little fit. I say, you're a man. I'm always telling my son, I'm like, you're a man, okay? Yes, he's a boy, but he's still a man, okay? And I don't care how y'all feel about this. And I'm teaching him young. I'm trying to engrave this in his mind young. Because, and him too, with your sister's tutu on. This world is not fair.
Hi, guys.
Ain't shit about this world.
Hi, guys.
Hi, baby.
Hi.
Okay, stop it. Ain't shit about this world fair. Okay? So I'm going to teach you the unfair way before you learn the fair way, because this shit is not fair. It's not a fair world. So he's a man. So by that being that, he is expected to be a certain way, to live up to a certain standard. And I'm just trying to teach my son that, because
So we're gonna take the comment off the screen, and we're gonna stop right there for just a second. I'm gonna run the video. I'm going to continue it. But this is the same girl that's sitting here talking about how her oldest son needs to be taught to be a man by his father because he clearly is not being man worthy for her. And she feels as though, I guess, she didn't even have a father growing up. So how she knows how men walk around and act and what they do, sis, you don't. That is not your place to set the stipulation for what your child is set to do. Every child's different. Every man is different. Just because you may not think that he's doing what men do doesn't mean that what Jerrod is doing is bad. And in the same sentence as you talking about that, you just said that AJ ran in with his sister's tutu on. So if you can do a better job at teaching Christian how to be a man than Jerrod, then why is your son running around with a tutu on? And, y'all can say, oh, well, AJ's too. And this has nothing to do with AJ. This is all Liv. But sis, clearly you're starting off on the wrong foot with AJ too. And you were just up here saying that Zolo is this good father and he's trying. But sis, where is he at to tell his son to take the tutu off? Like, you're so concerned about what Jerrod's doing, and he's at football practices and, doing what he needs to do, working and providing and, taking care of his wife and his kids. But you're concerned about the type man the Christian's going to be when you have your son, AJ, who has no father in sight, running around that he needs the father for guidance for. And you don't even bat an eye or say not one thing about it. But let's get into this.
Because it's just crazy. Anyway, he threw his little fit. And I got on his butt about it. And I said, look, son, you don't act like that. If mommy asks you to do something, you go and you do it. You don't act like a little girl. AJ! Oh, I thought he was trying to get outside. You don't throw up your hands. You just go do it. Period. And I'm always asking him, you know, I think it is so sad. AJ, I'm going to smack you. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do you understand me? Do you want me to smack you? If you do that one more time, I'm going to smack you. Do you understand me? He understands me. Shit.
No.
Yeah, you do. You do. You do. I'm going to let you make it, though, because I don't want to hit you. But I will hit you. So don't do that again. You don't throw nothing. AJ, do you understand? AJ, do you understand?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. He understands. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm always asking him, this last weekend I asked him, what are you learning? Like, other than how to throw a football, what are you learning? What is that man teaching you about how to be a man? And I don't care, he's 9 years old. You should have started teaching him this shit when he was 5 years old. What are you learning? And there goes Robin. Nothing. Okay, so you know how to throw a football. Cool. Most likely, unless you go to the NFL, that shit is not going to really do shit for you.
So I wanted to pause it again because, sis, why are you asking your son what is his father over there doing as a man to teach him things? Like, sis, isn't that a question that you asked Jerrod? If you are curious about what he's over there doing with his parenting skills and how he's raising his son to be a man, if you are so curious and you are so curious and furious, then sis, why don't you ask Jerrod yourself? Are you that immature, and do you have that much love and emotion for this man that you are not even able to call him up and have a normal conversation about what is taking place? What are the steps in order to get Christian where he needs to be? Like, I don't understand why she would put Christian in this type predicament, and then she wonders why Jerrod comes on here and says what he says now, because you're including children into adult business that just doesn't need to be. If you are so worried, why wouldn't you call Jerrod up? You meet him. I'm sure you see him in person when you exchange the kids. I mean, I'm sure there's a text that you could send, something. But to put this on Christian is just so crazy to me. And I just really felt some type way when she said that she had to ask Christian that. But let's get back into this clip.
So much. There's so much that goes into being a man, you guys. And if you don't have kids with the right man, God, if you don't have kids with the right man, your son is not going to be able to really learn shit from that person. You know what I mean? And it's sad. And it's just sad. You know, that's one thing I know I fucked up as an adult growing up. I did not pay attention, and I did not care about who I had kids with like I should have. I should have cared a lot more, because that just would have been better for my kids, No, we do all make mistakes. We definitely do, but girl, that's one mistake that is just not, is just a no-no. Like, you really have to be careful. You really do. But I told Christian, because there's a lot of shit that I don't fucking tell you guys. There's a lot of shit that my fucking son does now that my son would have never done if he was still living with me. Don't you dare throw that. And I don't care how you guys want to flip it, dip it. Y'all want to be like, oh my gosh, she's talking shit. I'm not talking shit. I'm being real.
Hi, guys.
But I told my baby.
Hi.
Get out of here. I told my baby.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
If no one is going to teach you how to be a man, I'm going to teach you how to be a man. And that's just that on that. That's just that on that. Stop it. Okay, you know what? You stop it. You hear me? I don't know who you think you kicking. What you think this is? Knock it off. Sure. Kicking me. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself. I don't care. That's fake. You better check yourself.
And these clips right here really just showed how bad she has it still for Jerrod, how bad she hates him, but then wants him back and loves him still, to the point to where this girl just nitpicks every and anything just so she just has something to say and can come on this internet and talk about somebody other than herself, because she knows she has nothing going on herself. Like, if what Jerrod was doing that bad, why isn't it reported to the courts? Why don't you come on here and say anything? It's always, oh, if only I could tell y'all that. I mean, sis, if it's that bad, if it's your kids, then why not say it? You say everything else about Jerrod. Why would you be keeping what he's doing to your kids a secret? Especially if you claim that, you know, you got your kids taken away for abuse, then why wouldn't you want to, you know, prove abuse if it is going on so he can get his kids taken away? Why would you want your kids to stay in an abusive situation? You claim that you know the abusive narcissist he is. Why would you want your kids to continue to stay there if it was that bad? Because there is nothing going on. And you just want to paint Jerrod out to be the abusive parent because you were labeled as an abusive parent for the neglect and the things that you did to your kids. So now you have to put it on Jerrod because you just can't stand to be the parent that is unstable, and Jerrod is the stable parent. Obviously, she even, you know, admitted to it in this live that Jerrod is the stable, you know, financially stable parent. And because he has Nisha there working also, I guess that's why she claims that he is the financially stable parent. But no, sis, you know, Jerrod's always kept a job. He's always worked. I mean, obviously, he's always took care of his kids. It hasn't just been your little YouTube check, because clearly you can barely take care of the kids that you do have, the 2 in the house, let alone the 3 that you owe $20,000 back child support for. So let's not paint, you know, people out to be horrible parents when you are in the same boat, if not worse. Jerrod's over there doing what he needs to do for his children, as he's always done, while you were out drinking and sleeping around and depressed and moving back and forth and getting new baby daddies on your back. And, you know, Jerrod's been there for his 3 kids since day one with the same person. So I just don't understand what is all the animosity towards him when you don't even do your part for, let alone the 3, but the 2 that you also have added to the bunch. It's mind-blowing. And Latrice, thank you so much for commenting your comment. Again, y'all, I want you guys to comment down below a very long, detailed comment if you guys want to get featured in comment of the day. I also want you guys to leave a comment on this video and tell me what you guys think of Liv yet again coming up here and going on a rant about Jerrod being a terrible father to Christian, not teaching him how to be a man. Y'all, this is just, she is so bored and bitter with her life that she just comes on this internet every day just coming up with anything so she can have a view and, you know, a couple coins to take home for the month. Like, sis, it's giving just so bored that you literally just don't know what to do with life. So you have to talk about your ex-husband that you were just so still in love with. But again, comment down below, you guys. Make sure you guys comment to get featured in comment of the day. Thank you guys so much for watching, y'all, and stay tuned for another one.
Woke up this morning, can't remember nothing. Till bitches just flowing from London. Nothing I remember, they calling me daddy. The mansion was covered in money. Went to sleep with my jewelry and chains on. Had to wake up and recount the money. I got a bitch, she gon' kill for real. Talking about Clyde and Bunny. Cool with the kid, copy. Got to pull up with a stick, stop it. Rich nigga shit, solid. Rich nigga, oh, 100 pockets riding. Got it. I go to space with the stars. I smoke a blunt on my pilot. Saturn, Moon, Earth, and Mars. NASA take off with the rocket. $500,000 on the necklace. No rich niggas, we successful. Say she wanna feel special. What? They go make her feel special.